My grandpa pretty much homesteaded here, you know, early 1900s or whatever, and my dad took it from there, and I took it from there. I've lived here all my life. The only time I was gone was in the service. I was in the service for 4 years. Came back and decided I wanted to farm, and been farming ever since, you know, about 30 years now. The first thing that happened was I had like a mini stroke. I was in town, my arm went numb. I thought, no biggie, sometimes I'll have issues with numbness in my hands from neck, issues or whatever. By the time I got home, the whole left side of my face, my left side was numb. So my mom lives just 3 miles north up here in Windsor, and I called and I said, you know, moms, she got pretty excited, so she came and got me. We went to the emergency room, and they said the best place for you is Bismarck or Fargo, so they hauled me by ambulance to Bismarck and monitored me overnight, did a bunch of tests, didn't really find any big issues, put me on a cholesterol medication is the only difference, and an aspirin, you know. That was the only thing that I had. But shortly after that, I was out exercising a horse, and it's spring and fresh horses, and he decided he didn't want me up there anymore, so he tossed me, and landed on actually threw me out the back and landed on my shoulders and shattered my collarbone. So we went to the emergency room. The doctors x-rayed it. They sent me to a orthopedic surgeon, and he said we need to, you know, do surgery, put a plate in it. And so we did that, and that was about the 15th of April. Well, a week later, horses again, I was out sorting a mare out, and she took a swat at me, and I flinched hard enough to pull all that apart. And so we go back to the doctor, they x-ray, they see it's all pulled apart, back to surgery for another day, and they put it back together and put me back in the sling and said, now you another 2 months and, you know, you're good to go. But it's coming along really good. Had a checkup about 2 weeks ago. Everything's healing good. There's no infections. All the, you know, the metal, there's plate and screws, and everything is looking good around that. So everything is looking really good. So that's why I was kind of laid up. Well, I had, you know, heard of farm rescue before. I had people, you know, friends, relatives, whatever, had mentioned it to me. But you know, I'm thinking to myself, well, am I in bad enough shape to think I deserve help from farm rescue, you know? So I never contacted farm rescue, but my cousin, Terry Wanzek, and he told me he's the one, he actually called Bill and mentioned, you know, I was having some issues, and he asked Bill if he would give me a call. So Bill gave me a call, and I was elated, you know, that, you know, because I don't know how I would have got everything done without, you know, some help from you guys. So that's how it all came about. Bill came out, filled out the application. He takes it, I believe, to a board or something. They go through it, and very simple. No, there was no, it wasn't a big deal. You know, a few minutes, and we sat down and went over, you know, just like I had explained the situation, what, you know, I had gone through and my injury, and no, there was nothing complicated about it. It was really simple. Bill was very good. I mean, you know, he came out here, met with me on a Sunday. We sat down at the table and talked for, you know, maybe a half an hour, and that was it, and filled it out. And when they got here, it was ready to go. I had some help out here preparing the fields ahead of them, because it was kind of wet, so we'd go through and kind of dry out some low spots, and it worked very well. Once they came in, the weather cooperated, and we just went to town and got her done. So it was great. If you're injured and you're, you can't, do things like you know what I mean, whatever injuries. I mean, there's all kinds of different things, but if you're injured, and don't be afraid to, ask for some help, I guess. And everybody was, so good, and appreciate the help so much. I don't know what else to say about it. I think it's a great program. I mean, for people in need. It's easy to get hurt out here, with the machinery, animals, whatever else. And I just, I want to reiterate that Farm Rescue is very easy to work with. I would recommend it to anybody that needs the help. I mean, they're just they're all good people. Thankfully, I got the help, and it was great.